Today, the average moviegoer knows about the Guardians of the Galaxy, a far cry from the status of the team more than a decade ago, and now they even have multiple video games under their belt, the latest one being a huge critical hit. But recent revelations in regards to the Guardians of the Galaxy could have played out much differently in terms of bringing them to the MCU, because at one point they were relegated to one-shots. So in case you guys don't remember what the one-shots are, they're exactly what they sound like. It is just a quick one-shot video highlighting an aspect of the MCU. We previously had these in the MCU. It was the reason we got Agent Carter. It was the reason we got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, the one-shots were included with a few releases for Marvel Studios. These were supposed to actually be expanded upon. At one point, I remember we talked about this forever ago at this point. I don't think the audio is even available, to be honest with you, but there were supposed to be one-shots that were done in the style of Pixar films, where one-shots were attached to the theatrical releases, and they would be between 5 and 15 minutes and introduce us to multiple new characters. At one point, Marvel Studios wanted to do Moon Knight, Daredevil, Punisher like this before Marvel Entertainment took those characters. Well, it was recently revealed that Marvel Studios initially was looking to bring the Guardians of the Galaxy in as one-shots that were attached to Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 3. Now, they don't explain where they would have been placed, but it sounds like the entire lead-up to the Guardians of the Galaxy film would have featured individual one-shots that span the different characters all sort of coming together, and then you have their solo standalone adventure in the first film. And these would have been somewhat different and obviously smaller in size, scope, and nature, but they wanted to make sure that the people knew who these characters were because they were worried that the characters wouldn't find success or take off. Now, obviously, that didn't happen. The characters found major success, but it's interesting to see that at one point, you just weren't sure what would work. Would people tune in for Guardians? I mean, you guys remember, just go back to the reports for the first trailer and when that was announced and all the stuff. You look at the, articles and it's, oh, Marvel Studios is done for. They had a good ride, but Guardians is the end of the line. They're done. The franchise is over. And quite clearly, they found their fan base, right? They found an in. But it could have been very different. And I personally don't know if that whole one-shot thing would have actually worked, because it could have been a little too much and you don't get the sense of what it's about. And if one fails, then who knows the damage it could have done to the bigger picture. So honestly, it's pretty awesome that we get this piece of info, but I'm glad they didn't proceed with it. What they should do, though, is bring back the one-shots, because there's tons of characters you could do with this, and attach it to every Marvel film, because why not? Let's expand the world. Bring more unique characters in there. They should definitely bring the one-shot idea back.